Life has a way of testing our patience and resilience. In those quiet, lonely moments when nothing seems to be working out, it's easy to wonder if things will ever change. You pray, you hope, and you wait, sometimes for days, sometimes for years. Yet every moment of waiting carries within it a promise that joy is coming, even if it seems delayed. We all cry when faced with challenges. Tears are often seen as signs of weakness, but in reality, they are proof of how deeply we care, how much hope still lingers inside us. They reflect the weight of burdens we carry silently, the heartbreaks that never quite heal as fast as we wish. But these tears are also sacred. They are prayers in themselves, showing God the depth of our faith and longing. In the thick of struggles, it's natural to wonder if God hears you. You may feel overlooked, as if everyone else's prayers are being answered but yours. Those endless nights of crying, those prayers whispered in desperation, may seem like they vanish into nothingness. But God is never blind to your pain or deaf to your cries. Every tear you shed waters the seeds of a miracle yet to come. Fear not, for the waiting season is not wasted time. It's preparation. Sometimes God delays the answer, not because He is punishing you, but because the blessing requires you to grow first. The challenges you face today are shaping the person who will be able to handle tomorrow's miracles with grace and wisdom. The lessons learned in the valley are what will sustain you on the mountaintop. One day, unexpectedly, joy will break through like the dawn after a long cold night. You will realize that the prayers you thought were unheard were actually being worked on in silence. And in that moment, your tears will fall again, this time not from pain, but from pure unfiltered joy. You will see how every delay, every heartache, and every trial were necessary steps towards something beautiful. And that's when the tears will fall again, not because of the hardship you endured, but because of the overwhelming realization that every second of waiting was worth it. This joy will be deeper than temporary happiness. It will be the joy that comes from knowing that God never forgot you, that He was working behind the scenes all along, orchestrating things in ways that only became clear in hindsight. Every sleepless night, every lonely prayer, it all built the foundation for this moment of peace. Hold on to hope, even when it feels like you have no strength left. Your tears today are not a sign of defeat, but a testament to your perseverance. There's power in waiting with faith, even when you feel like giving up. And when the day of answered prayers arrives, you will look back and realize that the journey made the victory even sweeter. One day, you will shed tears of joy, not because your challenges won, but because you did. Not because of the pain, but because of the healing that followed. And when that day comes, every tear of sorrow will have been worth it. Trust in that promise. God's timing is always perfect, and your joy is closer than you think. Two powerful examples from the Bible perfectly reflect the message that one day tears of sorrow will turn into tears of joy. Hannah and Joseph. Their stories show how God's timing, though often hard to understand, always leads to a greater purpose and deeper joy. Hannah's story is one of raw emotion and unwavering faith. She was a woman deeply grieved because she couldn't have children, and in her culture, this was seen as a source of shame and sorrow. To make things worse, she was mocked by her husband's other wife, Peninnah, who had many children. Every year, Hannah went to the temple to pray, pouring out her heart to God with tears and pleading for a child. For years, nothing seemed to happen. Imagine the frustration, the pain of unanswered prayers, and the weight of societal pressure. But Hannah did not lose faith. She kept praying with persistence, trusting God even when all hope seemed lost. Then, in His perfect timing, God answered her prayer. She gave birth to a son, Samuel, who would grow up to become one of Israel's greatest prophets. Hannah's tears of sadness turned into tears of joy, not just because her prayer was answered, but because God had a greater plan. Samuel wasn't just a child, he was a key figure in Israel's history. Hannah's story teaches us that God sees our tears, and His answers are often far greater than anything we could have imagined. Joseph's journey is a testament to enduring faith in the midst of incredible suffering. As a young man, Joseph had dreams of greatness, but his own brothers, driven by jealousy, sold him into slavery. What followed were years of hardship. He was falsely accused of a crime and thrown into prison, forgotten by those he helped. For over a decade, it seemed like Joseph's prayers for deliverance went unanswered. Imagine the loneliness and the questioning. Why is this happening? Where is God in all of this? But Joseph remained faithful even when the situation seemed hopeless. Then, in a slimming twist of God's perfect plan, Joseph was elevated from prisoner to prime minister of Egypt, the second most powerful man in the land. When famine struck, his brothers unknowingly came to him for help. Instead of seeking revenge, Joseph forgave them, famously saying, "You meant evil against me, but God meant it for good." Joseph's tears of pain were transformed into tears of joy as he saw the full picture of God's plan. His suffering was not meaningless. It positioned him to save not just Egypt, but also his own family from starvation. Joseph's story reminds us that even when life feels unfair, God is working behind the scenes to bring about a greater good. Both Hannah and Joseph saw that waiting on God is never in vain. They shed countless tears in their darkest moments, but when God's answer finally came, their joy was overwhelming and complete. Their stories are living proof that God's delays are not his denials. Sometimes the wait is necessary to prepare us for something far greater than what we are asking for. In your own journey, remember Hannah's persistence and Joseph's patience. Hold on to faith even when nothing seems to be changing. Just like them, your tears will one day turn into tears of joy when God's perfect plan unfolds in your life. No matter what you are going through right now, remember this: your story isn't over yet. Just like Hannah and Joseph, you may be in a season of waiting, facing challenges that feel endless and prayers that seem unanswered. But don't lose heart. God sees every tear, hears every prayer, and knows every struggle. There will come a day when all the pain, waiting, and questions will make sense, and on that day you will shed tears not from sorrow but from overwhelming joy. You will see how every trial prepared you for something greater, something beautiful that was worth the wait. So hold on, keep believing, keep praying. The breakthrough you've been hoping for is closer than you think. And when it comes, it will be better than anything you ever imagined, because God's plans are always perfect and his timing is never late. Your tears of pain will soon become tears of joy. Thank you for watching, and may God bless you.